In the Donetsk and Luhansk directions, the Ukrainian defenders repelled 7 enemy attacks, destroyed 12 tanks, 10 infantry fighting vehicles, and 3 vehicles. The press service of the Joint Forces Operation wrote this on Telegram. Due to the skillful actions of the JFO forces, 7 enemy attacks have been successfully repelled so far. Our soldiers inflicted losses on the Russian occupiers. During the day, Ukrainian defenders destroyed 12 tanks, 10 infantry fighting vehicles, and 3 vehicles, the report says. It is also noted that air defense units shot down 1 enemy aircraft and 2 unmanned aerial vehicles in the sky over Donbass. As it is reported earlier, the total approximate combat losses of the enemy, from February 24 to March 28, are as follows: nearly 17,000 personnel, 586 tanks and more.
Irpin town in Kiev region liberated from Russian invaders. The town of Irpin, in the Kiev region, has been liberated from the Russian invaders, but the inhabitants have not yet been able to return, as it has not yet stabilized, having just driven away the invaders. Our Irpin has been liberated from the evil in Moscow. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to its defenders. Eternal tribute to fallen heroes. Irpin Mayor Alexander Markashin posted on Facebook. Mr. Markashin is praising the feats of Ukrainian military forces in defeating the Russian army to liberate Irpin, and he is honoring the heroes of Ukraine who sacrificed themselves to defend the motherland. He asked people not to return to the town for a short time, when it was unstable and possibly dangerous. We have good news today. Today, Irpin has been liberated. Cleanup work is underway. I appeal to our residents, still can't go back to Irpin, it's still dangerous. We have gained a foothold on our new frontier and will continue to move forward and liberate Bucha, Hostomel, Vorzel. We understand that there will be more attacks on our town. And we will courageously defend it. Irpin is Ukraine, emphasized the mayor.
Ukrainian drone dropping grenades. RKG-1600 destroys Russian tank and self-propelled howitzer. Videos released today on the social media confirmed that the Ukrainian armed forces are using more powerful drones which are capable to transport and drop ammunition. In a video released late afternoon from Ukraine Armed Forces, is seen a drone dropping at least 3 munitions, probably hand grenades of the model RKG-1600, to a Russian tank, destroying it completely. In another video released in Ukrainian drone dropping 2 munitions RKG-1600 onto a Russian self-propelled howitzer, completely destroying it. According to the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the new batch of drones that foreign countries donated to Ukraine are highly effective against heavy armored vehicles striking from above.
Ukraine resumed its attacks on Lviv, one of the largest cities in Ukraine, close to the Polish border. The fact that the attacks took place on the day that US President Joe Biden was in Poland fell like a bomb on the agenda. These attacks are seen as Putin's intimidation of Biden. In the images shared on social media, it was published in the images showing the Caliber cruise missile shots of the warships of the Russian Navy. The images came from the city of Sevastopol in the Russian-occupied Crimea. It is estimated that the missiles were fired by the Buyan M-class guided missile corvettes. It has been announced that the primary target of Russia's attacks with the Caliber cruise missile is the energy infrastructures in the Lviv region. At the same time, the attacks hit an oil depot and factory in Lviv. Lviv Oblast Governor Maxim Kozitsky said that Russian forces attacked the fuel infrastructure in Lviv. It was reported that at least 5 people were injured in the explosions that occurred as a result of hitting the fuel tank near the Ukrainian city of Lviv with 2 guided missiles. Lviv Mayor Sadovy announced another missile attack on the city. The press conference, which was held after Russia's attack on 2 separate points in Lviv, ended early due to sirens warning of a new air attack. 3 kilometers from the Belarusian border, a large-scale transfer of NATO armored vehicles was noticed. NATO countries carry out an unprecedented shipment near the neighboring Belarusian border and have placed several dozen various armored vehicles there. This is probably related to the start of the BULLRUN-18 military exercises. which the Polish side announced a few days ago. However, the appearance of military equipment only 3 kilometers away from the Belarusian border was met with a strong reaction from Russia. Russian media describes this situation as a provocation. In the presented video frames, you can see the massive movement of military equipment near the border with Belarus. The video footage was taken near the Bobrovnikai border checkpoint, close to the border with the Grodno region of Belarus. The equipment presented in the video includes armored vehicles, armored personnel carriers, army trucks, towed artillery, etc. Was possible to detect. At the same time, sources report that self-propelled field artillery has been seen in the same area before. One of the aims of this move is thought to be Russia's recent attacks on Lviv. The North Atlantic Alliance is increasing the number of its soldiers in the region against the possible attacks from Russia to its allies. We have a responsibility to ensure that the war does not go beyond Ukraine and does not become a conflict between NATO and Russia, said Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General. Just over a quarter of all troops under direct NATO command are now based in Poland, which shares a wide border with the western part of Ukraine. Another 120,000 soldiers from the Polish army are ready. While the large-scale invasion of Russia in Ukraine turns into a big fiasco with the strong resistance of the Ukrainian armed forces, the Baltic Sea and the Baltic countries are heating up. 4 NATO warships approaching Russian territorial waters in the Baltic Sea put the Baltic Fleet and Kaliningrad coastal defenses of Russia on high alert. The Russian fleet was put on alert when 2 American missile destroyers entered the Baltic Sea. Russia's Baltic Fleet forces have begun tracking U.S.-guided missile destroyers USS Donald Cook and USS Forrest Sherman as they enter the Baltic Sea, Russia's Center for National Defense Management told reporters. Hours later, the approach of 2 warships of the German Navy to Russian territorial waters and the Kaliningrad region alarmed Russia's coastal defense systems. It was stated that the warship Saxon and the patrol boat Dukas of the German Navy approached 40 to 50 kilometers from Russian territorial waters near the Kaliningrad region. It is reported that Russia has kept the Bastion coastal missile systems ready and alerted for a possible intervention. On the other hand, NATO is conducting the largest naval exercise of the last 30 years with 27 countries and over 30,000 personnel in Norway. Sweden doubled its army capacity against Russia and increased security on the island of Gotland. NATO and Swedish intelligence aircraft regularly fly over Russian borders every day, reporting the situation in the Baltics, Kaliningrad, Belarus, Ukraine and the Black Sea.
Будем здесь? Да, блядь, надо выйти, я же работаю. Да как нахуй канистра-то, блядь, не работает?
Ну пизда, пацаны.
Почему?
Вот это.
Подожди, какой нахуй ходить, блядь?
Давай остановимся на ней, зачистим.
И идем туда. Тигр пошел за ними, быстро. Да, пошли. Пехота, доходите, понятно? КамАЗ. Чуть позже стянешься. Пехота, сейчас выдвигайтесь.
С какой стороны?
Давай, держи.
Давай. Пошли.
Медики, белый течек, возвращаются к БТРу.